I randomly stumbled across this bass through something on Instagram. I was reading through like a bunch of descriptions of random stuff, and this popped up. It's the Circvit bass, and I think it's Soundfi or Soundfi that makes it. It's a German company, but this thing sounds incredible. Check this out. I have it on drive right now. I'll just send it to clean. So this is what it'll be when it's loaded up. So they've got a clean channel, crunch, DI, drive. We'll go through DI now. Crunch. And then last drive. So there's a humanized knob, treble, bass, and master. So it's pretty bare bones, pretty simple. Personally, I love the UI. I love seeing real pretty looking UIs. And I like that this actually changes every time you change the setting. It's very comparable to Loki, and I'm running it alongside Loki right now. And this is just to show you what Loki sounds like on the clean DI. Normally I'll run this in like Grindmeister. And keep in mind, that's got a lot of compression on it. I also had a sidechain effect on here, just because I was playing with some stuff. But obviously, if you wanted to take this and make it a little bit more grindy, this is another free one that I've done a video on, the Growler. So yeah, overall, this thing is sick, and I'm super stoked that I just randomly found out about it. I couldn't really find any other information on it on YouTube. I'm sure a couple of, German bands or German producers have probably used it, but the website is fully in German, so I don't think it's quite hit the US market yet. So what I wanted to do is kind of add like one more piece to this song from the last video, and then kind of tie it back in with this section, just to show some variation with the bass. I think that would be a really cool idea. So I'm just going to copy this and loop it just to kind of like get a scratch track in there real quick. I think we can work with that for now. And obviously, if we need to go and touch that up, we can always do that in post. So let's get a left guitar in here. Cool, I'm happy with that. So let me go ahead and just put the guitar down for now, and we will kind of play around with the bass a little bit. So we'll go ahead and start drawing in some bass, and it helps knowing what you're playing on guitar note-wise to start punching this in. So if we know we are starting at, what is this, G0. Or no, I'm lying, it starts on the first fret. So then it would be kind of like this. Okay, we got bass drawn in for that part. We will see if it lines up. Let's hear it with drums. Okay, that's sweet. So if we throw everything back in. And then just for the sake of kind of keeping it simple, I really wanted to just copy and paste this back into place. It's already pretty simple, so hearing everything kind of bounce back into it kind of makes sense. And then I wanted to also add that this would work pretty good in higher tunings as well. So if we just throw this up an octave to give you an idea on the sound. So that's in G, for example. So if you wanted to hear this in, let's just say, drop C, this is what it would sound like. And then these red keys here looks like they would be the key switches. So if you wanted to change it from always alternate picking, always down picking, or always up picking, you can do that as well. Me personally, I don't really mess around with that too much. I like to keep it on, where was it? Alternate. Just because that's how you would play guitar. And even if you're playing fingered bass, you would still play it in like an alternate kind of setting. One thing I did not mention is from the last video, I've actually taken my time to mix this a little bit further. I've got a bunch of stuff routed out for the drums. A lot of, let's see, just for example, OTT. I've got EQ, snare, reverb, EQ on that as well. So on and so forth. I've done a lot of mixing since the last video. So this is how it was with Loki before. And then with Circuit. And then like I said too, if we wanted to distort that, we could use something like this, something free, just to toss on there real quick. So yeah, let's leave the growler on there. We'll turn our side chaining back on, and let's go ahead and just give this a listen from the very top. I think we're making pretty decent progress on this song as a whole, but I really just wanted to kind of throw this bass in here to basically give everybody like another option as opposed to moto bass. I think this you can work around with more and make it sound a little bit more extreme, especially if you're doing like slam or deathcore or death metal, anything of that sort. I'll go ahead and put the link to download this into the description because if you just search for it, sometimes it pops up, sometimes it's a little weird, I guess, depending on what browser you might be on. Yeah, I'll go ahead and throw that down there so you can grab it. Definitely play around with it. This thing is sick. And like I said, my favorite thing about this is just the UI. I really love how it looks.